Good evening to all of you. I'm Seema Pandey, your biology teacher. I hope you all are safe and healthy at your home. This is my second video, second class of biology. In our previous class, we have studied about nutrition. Now I will come to the second part of chapter 1, life processes, that is respiration. Clear? Types of respiration, students. Respiration you people knows about. Uh, this is the exchange of gases, carbon dioxide and oxygen. There are two types of respiration, aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration that occurs in the presence of oxygen, it takes place in the mitochondria. Remember it. Anaerobic respiration in the absence of oxygen, in this pyruvate converted into ethyl alcohol. Clear, student? While in aerobic respiration, here pyruvate converted into hydrogen and water. Clear? Respiration takes place in the following steps. First one is glycolysis, Krebs cycle and electron transport chain. So glycolysis is there in the cytoplasm. This step takes place in the cytoplasm, while Krebs cycle and electron transport chain takes place in mitochondria. Right? So in aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration, in both type of respiration, glycolysis takes place. What happens in glycolysis? Glucose convert into the pyruvate. This happens in the glycolysis. Now this pyruvate will go for further process, which is different in the aerobic and anaerobic condition. So in aerobic respiration, pyruvate molecule enters into the mitochondria where it is completely oxidized to produce CO2 and water in three steps. Pyruvate oxidation, in which pyruvate is converted into acetyl coenzyme. In cytoplasm, Krebs cycle or TCA cycle, in which acetyl coenzyme drives cycle of reactions to produce hydrogen. Electron transport chain, in which hydrogen drives a series of reactions which release enough energy to produce ATP. Clear? 38 molecules of ATPs are released per molecule of glucose as a result of aerobic respiration. Remember it, student, that 38 molecules of ATPs are formed from one molecule of glucose in the aerobic respiration. Clear? Now, anaerobic respiration, pyruvate does not enter mitochondria but converted into ethyl alcohol. Got it? In the absence of oxygen, anaerobic respiration takes place in our muscle cells. To release energy, this process is called lactate fermentation. It happens in the athletes. When athletes runs, their leg muscles, in their leg muscles, lactate fermentation takes place. Right? This one. Here, the pyruvate is converted into lactic acid in the absence of oxygen. That's why we are saying that this is the anaerobic respiration. Two molecules of ATPs are released per molecule of glucose as a result of anaerobic respiration, while in aerobic there is 38 ATPs are formed, and in anaerobic only two molecules of ATPs are formed. Clear? So how is energy released during respiration used? The energy released during respiration is stored in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. The full form of ATP is adenosine triphosphate in the cells of the body. ATP is the energy currency for cellular processes. You know, from ninth class you have studied like ATP is the currency of cell. So ATP is synthesized from ADP, which is a low energy content. ADP, adenosine diphosphate, it is a low energy content, while ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate, is a high energy content. Obviously this is the energy actually. So this ADP combines with an inorganic phosphate molecule to form ATP. Like they see, ADP plus IP. I resembles inorganic phosphate. P means phosphate, I means inorganic, right? It forms ATP. This is an irreversible reaction. ATP can break down into the ADP and inorganic phosphate. Clear? So comes to the respiration in plants. There are two main gases that are exchanged in plant. These are oxygen and carbon dioxide, which participates in respiration and photosynthesis. Plants respire by taking in oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide. You know, the rate of respiration is high in the actively growing regions of plants. In the leaf of plants, the gaseous exchange takes place by the opening and closing of stomata. You can see here turgidity. Everything is done by turgidity of the cell here. This is the open stomata and this is the closed stomata. Singularly, this is called stoma, right? Don't be confused with stoma and stomata, right? See, this is the inner thick wall. These are chloroplast, epidermal cell. This is the guard cell. This is the guard cell, and this is the vacuole, right? The opening and closing of stomata depends upon changes in turgor pressure of guard cells. When water gets inside the guard cells, their turgor pressure increases and they expands. When guard cells lose water, the turgor pressure inside cells decreases, and closing of stomata pore takes place. Right? So it happens due to the turgor pressure. Gaseous exchange in animals, in lower organism. Remember it, student. Please learn this also. In our lower organism, gaseous exchange occurs through diffusion process by the surface of the body, like in amoeba. In earthworm, it will respiration through skin. In insects, respiration through tracheal system. In aquatic organisms, by gills. Terrestrial organisms, this is by lungs, like in frogs, lizards, birds, and human beings. Clear? So this is the respiratory system of human beings. You can see nasal cavity, trachea, lungs, bronchi, pharynx, larynx. Larynx is called as a sound box also. Bronchioles, alveoli, and this is the diaphragm, which separate the lungs to the which separate actually the respiratory system to the digestive system. Clear? So respiration in humans, it involves two steps, breathing and cellular respiration. Respiratory system in human beings, it includes nostril, nasal cavity, pharynx, trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, alveolar sac and lungs. Right? Lungs in human beings. Lungs are a pair of highly elastic, hollow, membranous bag-like structure situated in the thoracic cavity. The broad lower surface of the lungs rests on a sheet of muscle called the diaphragm. The right lung is larger than the left one. The lungs are covered by two membranes called pleural membranes. Right? Remember it, students. This is asked in the board exam also, that which membrane what is called the membrane of lung, that is called pleural membrane. Right? So this is the breathing mechanism: inhalation and exhalation. Inhalation means breathing in, exhalation means breathing out. Breathing in is the active energy requiring process. Active process means, if anywhere says that this is the active process, it means that it required energy, right? And passive process means it does not require energy. Active process means there will be expenditure of ATP takes place, right? Here no ATP is involved, not required even, right? So come here now, exchange of gases in lungs and tissues. It is done by diffusion process, where CO2 is more, then it will move to the next part. If oxygen is is in a higher concentration, then it will move towards the lower concentration simply. And hemoglobin protein is present in our blood, that works as a carrier of oxygen and CO2 gases. Four molecule of oxygen bind with hemoglobin, as like four molecule of CO2 bind with hemoglobin, right? So now differentiate between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Differentiate between breathing and respiration, which is called energy. These are the questions. Please do it in your copy. Do notes and NCERT question answer. Student, if you have any problem, any queries, please ask me. Please message me. You can call me anytime. And please do your notes and submit me. So many students have submitted, but so many are not submitted. So please uh, make it soon as possible. Thank you so much.